Welcome to another learning module in RedSeal Stratus. In this lesson, we will learn the definition of cloud security posture management, then how Stratus helps inform users of potential exposure, and how to use the Exposure tab to investigate exposed AWS resources. With the goal of CN Secure, RedSeal Stratus encourages us to think about how much we know about our cloud resources. In our previous lesson, we loaded our inventory, analyzed it, and shared it with others. We also looked at it as connected elements. Our next question should involve what, if any, exposure do our resources create? Our Exposure tab will provide us with some insight into cybersecurity posture management. The posture, or way we approach cloud network security, should include a way to monitor exposed resources. Go ahead, click on the Exposure tab shown within the EX on the left panel. Immediately, we see an indicator of exposure, two tags that identify resources within our AWS network. When we collected these resources and their metadata, Stratus analyzed them for potential exposure to the Internet. The list on this screen prioritizes the exposed resources, one with a monitored subnet and one with monitored instances. If we click on the linked number shown in the Exposed Resources column, we will learn about the resource. In this row, we can see the resource name, type, associated VPC, and whether we collected exposure details within the resource. The Exposure Details column provides a link we can click and opens a link to the specific port with internet access, but we want to return to our exposed resource so we can see what other data we collected in Stratus. Selecting the linked name found in the resource name column opens details about the subnet in a new pane. We can adjust our view by selecting and dragging the upper frame. The details include several rows of information for both the subnet and VPC. We want to view information about open ports, so we'll click the row labeled Network ACL, adjusting for better visual. Previously, we saw that the exposure resulted from a port connected to the Internet and a list of the sources in a more compact view. Now, in the Network ACL row, we notice that one of our port settings allow any type access. We may want to review our policies regarding this type of access and discuss options with our cloud network developer. We can also look for outbound rules, where we can find the same configuration. With this information, we can make comparisons. We can also verify the instance and prepare to discuss which security group and elastic network interface handles the access and potential traffic of this virtual private network. This information lets us double check if this exposure is intended or perhaps just misconfigured. Either way, we'll know. If we go back to our left navigation panel and look again at Internet exposure, we see that our second exposed resource references the same VPC we examined. So let's finish this lesson on the Overview tab. Something to know about cloud security posture management is that Gartner says by 2021, 50% of enterprises will unknowingly and mistakenly have exposed some applications, network segments, storage, or APIs directly to the public internet. Through 2023, at least 99% of cloud security failures will be the customer's fault. Knowing the resource inventory and then which part may include exposure creates better cybersecurity posture management. During this lesson, we heard references to cloud security posture management, a way to consider the status of a cloud network. Then we navigated the Exposure tab, viewing the overview of exposed resources. We looked into the two exposed resources and investigated possible reasons like security group and NACL rules. From here, you want to review this content or close out the module to continue learning in this course.